Hi everyone, welcome to The Pen Habit, and I'm going to do something a little different than I normally do in these videos. Normally I do a pen review, and I've still got plenty of pens to review, so don't worry about that. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about paper, because this is something that is near and dear to the hearts of many. And I'll admit right up front, I'm not super well versed. I've tried a fair bit of paper, but not a lot. And I want to go over a particular paper I found that I haven't seen a lot talked about. It's this new leaf paper. This is a box of, it says premium resume paper. I found this again at the University Bookstore in Seattle, Washington, for University of Washington, and figured I'd give it a go. It was $10 for the box, and came with 100 sheets and kind of this very nice buff natural color. What I like about this paper, and keep in mind, Seattle is kind of ground zero for granola, hipster, earth-hugging tree people. We're probably second only to Portland for people like that. So this is recycled paper is a big deal here. And I like to be environmentally responsible as much as I can. I would not consider myself extreme in that respect, but this is 100% post-consumer recycled. My experience with recycled paper and fountain pens is that it's terrible. This is the only paper I've ever used that actually is recycled paper that is fountain pen friendly. It's a 24-pound paper or 90 GSM. You see me doing Rhodian 90 GSM or 80 GSM, or this is 90. So essentially what that means is a piece of paper that is 1 meter squared is 90 grams. Pretty thick paper. Very nice color. The texture is, it's smooth, but not overly so. It's kind of a cross between, I would say, Clairefontaine, which is very, very smooth, almost baby's bottom smooth, you'll hear it called often, and something like laid paper, which can be very rough, and frankly, I don't enjoy writing with. Something like Gilalo or I don't know, the resume paper you find in Staples or Office Max or wherever. This is quite smooth and pleasant to work on for a recycled paper that is this cream color and is as heavy as it is. And it's pretty inexpensive. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple pens here. Actually, I'm going to get up and grab a couple pens, because I want to write on this paper with a variety of pens and a variety of wetness levels. So I'll talk about this pen in a future video. Let me go ahead and zoom in here. But this pen is using Private Reserve DC Super Show, and I forget exactly, something blue. I forget which blue it is. And this is a fine point nib. Let me go ahead and switch to another pen. Again, one that I'll be talking about in a future video. This one is using diamine. If someone knows the correct pronunciation of diamine or diamine, would they post it in the comments below? Because I'm sick and tired of saying diamine, diamine, whatever, every time I write. So if you know the proper pronunciation, particularly if you're British, which is where I believe this ink is made, let me know. Anyway, this is ox blood and not quicks blood. And this is a 1.1 millimeter stub. And this pen is exceptionally wet. It writes very, very wet. This is a pen I talked about a couple of videos ago. This is the Waterman's Ideal number 7 with a flex nib. Puts a ton of ink on the page. Let me grab the pen from my previous video. This is the Beaumont by Edison. And this is Caran d'Ache saffron. And that's in a medium nib. And let me grab one final pen here. Probably should have gathered all these before I started the video. Actually, I've got 2 more pens to try. Now, I've got different inks in all these pens and different levels of wetness because I want to kind of show you what this paper's behavior is like. It's actually pretty astonishing. So here we have a TWSBI VAX 700 with Iroshizuku Sioro. And this is a fine nib. And this is a Pilot Metropolitan. And I'll be having a review of this one coming up here in the not too distant future as well. With the Atremont Aubergine, one of my favorite inks. And this is a medium as well. I know once upon a time the Pilot Metropolitan only came in medium. I believe they come in medium and fine now. I don't remember right off the top of my head. But you'll notice, and I don't know how well you can see, I might zoom in just a little bit here. Different levels of wetness. This paper is spectacular. I have never had ink bleed through this. Even with the wettest flex writing I do, I've never had ink bleed through this paper. I've never had ink really feather on this paper. And I'll do some photos and add them into the video here, some close-ups of these different inks. Now this ink you're not going to get, or this paper you're not going to get a lot of shading, not shading. You're not going to get a lot of shimmer or sheen. So if you've got a highly sheening ink, like Sailor Gentle Grenade, for instance, or if you've got like the J. Herbin Rouge Hematite that has the gold in it. I don't think you'll see a lot of sheening because this paper has a matte finish. It doesn't have any sort of glossy finish, and it absorbs the ink quite well. But I've never had it bleed through. I have to say, I'm impressed by this paper by quite a bit. So this is the New Leaf paper. It is 100% post-consumer recycled. Says FSC certified, processed chlorine free, and manufactured with wind energy. So if you're really going with the green thing, this is really spectacular paper. I use this for writing letters. So if you get a letter from me, it's almost certainly going to be on this. If not this, it'll be on Clairefontaine Triomphe. And you can get envelopes made of the same paper. I've been a real big fan of this. I'm about 2/3 of the way through this box. I got it a few months ago, and I'm going to be getting another one. I'm going to be heading over to the bookstore or checking online. I'll do some research, see if I can find it online. If I can, I'll put links to it down below. And hope you have enjoyed this video and this quick review of the New Leaf paper. And thanks for watching The Pen Habit. We'll see you next time. Bye.